Hi guys, welcome to my Bootstrap tutorial, and today in this tutorial we will learn Bootstrap from A to Z and also implement it in creating a website. So without wasting any time, let's get started and make sure you are connected with the internet. First of all, you would have to open the Google Chrome and click here to write getbootstrap.com and you would direct to bootstrap new version, which is at this time is 5.3. So let's start about bootstrap. Basically, what is bootstrap is used for two major reasons in website development. The first reason is it has a lot of built-in components, which I will show you. And the second main reason is for the responsiveness of any website. Let me show you what is responsiveness of a website. Let's say we have a website of University UT Lahore. I will open it, and this is the official website of UT Lahore. I will just open it, and I will just explain you what is responsiveness of any website. Let's say this is the website, and the responsiveness is mean that how the website would look like in our laptop device as well as in our mobile devices. And the third thing is for our tablet modes. Let me show you for the laptop devices. Here this is the showing that how it would look like in iPhone. This is the designs which is separately designed for the cell phone devices. And let me show you in our iPad. The design of this website is such for iPad. And let me show you for Nestlab. This is how our website would look like in our laptop devices. So basically this is the responsiveness of any website, and it plays a crucial role in website development because we have a single website and we would have to display it in our laptop devices as well as in our cell phone devices. And the third device is known as iPad, or you can say it like tablet. So let me explain the bootstrap in detail. First of all, let's move on introduction. Get started with bootstrap quick start. This is the demo of bootstrap. Basically, what is bootstrap and why we need it. First of all, what is this? Include bootstrap, CSS and JS. In any website we want to clone the getbootstrap.com, we will simply copy this code and go our VS Code and paste this code to implement the bootstrap. So we don't gonna do it in the first time, so we would have just a view at all components of the bootstrap download. So ignore it. This is get started version. This all is about introduction of the bootstrap. So if we move on the layouts, simply ignore these things for the time being, and I will explain these things in the later part of this course. Just move on the layout. And in layout we will see the breakpoint. What is basically breakpoint? The breakpoint is nothing but just a grading system of any website that we are pointing for some websites like small device. I would practically implement it, and then we would understand it clearly. So let me tell you that what are breakpoints with the help of comments. This is minimum width, and here if we have the breakpoint of 576 pixel, this is nothing but just for phones. And if we have like 768 pixel, this is for tablet devices and up. And if we have 992 pixel, this is for desktop. And if we have large desktops, 1200 pixel for large desktops and for larger desktops. This is basically not used nowadays because we don't have more larger desktops. So container, the grading system is nothing, the layout is nothing but just a grading system which I would implement it in practically, and then you would understand it clearly. Grading system I have shown you, I gonna show you, but ignore these things right now. Content, typography, h1, h2, h3. First of all, in content we would see reboot. Reboot is nothing but just ignore it for the time being. In heading we will see that as we have seen in HTML. If you have a look at HTML, this is same for Bootstrap. h1 tag is pointing largest headings, and h2 is pointing smaller than h1, and h3, h4, h5 and h6. You can see all the points of headings here. And for the paragraphs it is same in as like in HTML, that we would have a opening tag of paragraph and a closing tag of paragraph, and inside this paragraph we would write any type of content that we wanna show in the case of paragraph. So this is same for links as well. Placeholders are also same. Horizontal rulers, HR, we would simply write HR for horizontal ruler, and we can make any design of this horizontal ruler, like we have written here HR, and in this HR we would have a class, and in class we would have border, which is predefined in Bootstrap as well as in CSS. Border danger, I will show you these color types. You will not know at the time being about what is danger and what is primary. This is list but nothing more, ignore that. This is not useful anymore. So let me show you about typography. As we have seen headings, display, this is same as we have seen images. Now this is important thing, that in Bootstrap how can we write images code. We would simply use thumbnails, that we would have a section, complete section of website, and we would simply write the image, and in this image we would have 200 class 200 pixel image of border. We can write any border, like if we write image thumbnail, it would make 1 pixel border around the around our image. Inlining images, so inlining images. Round float start, this is saying that if we have a div and inside this div we have two images, let's say these are two images, we have written here class rounded, mean this image border is, you can see that border is rounded, mean border radius is rounded, and float start means this image is going to show at the start and this image float end is going to be shown at the end of this div. And rounded, as we have seen rounded, mx auto d block nothing but just is showing that display it as like block, and mx auto rounded images, so ignore. Tables, let me tell you about tables. Ignore all the things for the time being, let me show you the main things that are interesting for you. Forms, we will directly move to components. Accordion. No, what is accordion? And this is accordion, that in Google we will see that people also ask this thing. If we want to implement like this section in our website, we would simply copy this code and paste in our website, and we can write any content here. I will show you that where this content is. Like accordion item 1, this is accordion item 1, and here inside this is nothing but just a button that we will simply click here, it will drop up or drop down. We will see drop up, drop left, drop right as well in the below section. So this is the content we have written. Just show, this is first item accordion. This is nothing but just looks at strong like bold. As you can see that this text is bold and nothing more. In Bootstrap we would simply write it as strong. We can also use it like bold as well. So you can write any content here depending on your choice and requirements of the user. So if we need such a section, we would simply copy this code and we would paste here in our text editor and customize it according to our requirements. This will not require any type of code. We would simply edit and change the text, and this would be the structure of our website. No flush. Flush is nothing but just you can see that here outside we have a border always open, that if we want any section to be always open, we would simply use this class. It is by default open the first item. We can also open by default as second item. Let me show you where it is working. This is button, accordion button. You can see here button, type button, data bs.toggle is equal to collapse bs target. Yeah, here you can see that data bs.target is equal to panel is stay open collapse 1. This is nothing but just the predefined class of Bootstrap. By this class we would have this item is opening by default, and if we copy this and paste anything, Let me show you more. This is accordion and alerts. If we want to show any alert on the page, we would simply copy any type of alert, and depending on the colors, these colors are showing here. Alert primary role, that's simple. Alert secondary is nothing but just a secondary color. This is primary color and this is secondary color, which is predefined class in Bootstrap. This is success color. If we want this type of color, we would simply write bg success and bg danger, alert check, bg warning, bg info, and bg light, as well as bg dark. Show live alert. Nice. You have, if you want to add any section like this, we will simply copy it from this below section and paste in our text editor. This is link color that we want any link in our any text, so we would simply add a link in any type of content. Like I have just an example link. What happened basically around this example link, we have an anchor tag and an closing anchor tag, and inside we have a content known as an example link, and in this example link we have anchor tag, and in anchor tag we have href, and here we can make any like any URL where you want to redirect the user, which is nothing but just a link of any type of content we want to show. Additional content, if we want such a portion in our website, you will simply copy this portion and paste in your text editor. This is with the help of icons and alert. These are also icons with alerts if you want to show in your website any portion. So this missing all badges. These are also the same if you want, depending on your requirements, if you want such any type of content. Here action for this is button, and we have notifications. Like here, if we want to change, we can simply change, replace the notification content with any other content, and inside this button we would have a span. This is span is nothing but just like we can say that like notifications. In notifications we have an appending clause which is a span, and inside span we have a patch which is predefined clause in Bootstrap, and text bg secondary means text background color would be secondary. You can say that this is secondary color, and positioned if you want such a button in your website depending on your requirements, and this one, and you can go through all these by yourself. Let me show you all the things faster. This is also usable, that we have some links in our classes in our websites. We would simply make any link that in our website we want to move in our home page, in our library, like any type of URL. This is nothing but just a URL. You will see it in any website. Okay, so you can go through all these by yourself. So let me show you the buttons now. Buttons are very important in any type of website, because this is important thing button. Almost every type of website is using buttons nowadays. We would have to submit any type of information or click to contact the website owners, authorities, etc. Like you can see that these buttons are transition smoothing and making a good sense. If you want any type of button from these things, you will simply copy. Let's say I want to copy this danger button. What we see, this is danger, and we will simply copy here. This button is copied now, and you can paste it in any text editor. This is button size depending on your requirements. Button size, you can see button size here. Small button, you can see here SM, button SM, and here is also button SM, small device. Disabled state, you have these buttons but disabled, not clickable, because in Bootstrap this is by default disabled. If you remove disable, then you would be able to click these buttons, else you would not be able to click here. These are the buttons looking in. If you need a full div button, you would simply copy this code and paste in your text editor. This is in center, and transition is still smoothing. You can see here button plugins, etc. I will just go through everything in fast now. Button group, if you need buttons in like grouping, you will simply copy this code, and you can also customize it according to your requirements. It depends up to you. Button toolbar, if you need, like sometimes let me show you where the button toolbar is used. This is drop down along with the buttons. This is totally a separate drop down. This is drop down, and this is drop left, this is drop right, and this is drop up. Okay, if you need any type of drop down menus, drop left, right, top or bottom, and these are also radio buttons. This is looking a good styling button. So here is chords. If you need any section, like in any type of e-commerce website, we have, like here we have an image and code and details, prices, etc. And if we want to buy such any product, we would simply click here and go somewhere. We would write here buy now or anything else, and user would click here and would be redirected to any other page. So list groups, you can see all that by yourself. This is first link, second link, if you need such any type of section. Footer, header, etc. 2 days ago, if you need such basically this is not any much usable, but you have to see it. Text align, this is text align left, and this is text align center, this is text align right. I will show you This is the first div, and this is the second div, as well as this is the third div. I'm gonna show you where is written text align left, text align center. You can say text center, here written text center, and by default it is text left. So you don't need to write text left, because in any type of website we would have text left by default. This is text, and so this is navigation. You can see by yourself. Image overlays, in some images we would have some content on the fourth of images, then we would simply use this section. This is image, and this is right side content. These are headers. It has a lot of built-in classes and functions as well. Let me show you more. Carousel. This is important thing. Carousel, almost in every type of website this is using nowadays. Carousel, in the first section of any website we would have carousel type, like slider first image, and if we click here the second image is shown, and click here the third image is shown. This is the code for this section. We would simply have to here write the source of the image, and we would see the images showing here, and this is indicator as well. Here you can see these are buttons. We can move in any image, and here we would have also buttons. Captions, you can see that if we need some captions on images we will use it, and in every image we would have a caption. Crossfade, you can see that this is nothing but just a animation type, that we will click on this button and this is animated. Like this is first slide, we will click this is second slide, and if we click here this is again first slide. This is the code of this section. This is this is automatically sliding. You will see here here the code is. You can go through all this by yourself. So I don't gonna make any time consuming further, so you can see all things by yourself. Let me show you faster. Close buttons, like this close button. If we need this close button, we would have simply link on this on the background of this button. When we click on this button we would move on any other page or its previous page depending on us. This is collapse. What is collapse? I have shown you collapse. I think I have shown you collapse in accordion. Drop down, this is drop down. In our website icons, we have a drop down menus like this. Let me show you a complete section for drop downs like this. Here we can have any any anchor tag or any logo of any company, and here we can have drop downs. We can, if we need here drop down as well, a second drop down, what we will do, we would simply copy. Let me see, this is button, never ignore it. What is written drop down? Here this is the div of drop down. We will simply copy this and paste this one, and this is, we will simply copy it and paste here. In the next we will see that here we would have a second drop down. We would simply customize and change everything according to the website requirements. So all these are drop up. I have already shown you drop left, drop right, drop start. This is for drop start section, and this is active. Ignore it. This is not basically usable nowadays in any type of website, but still if you need such any section in a website, you can use it, depending up to you. You can see everything by yourself, and let me show you. This is form. If we need any type of form, we will simply copy it, and if we customize this form, we will simply copy this section or this section, and we will paste here. We can have further content of the form. This is for sign in form. Here drop down list is done. Now list group. List group, you can see that this is list of groups, so ignore it. This is links and buttons. This is basically the buttons, and we can have any type of link behind these buttons as it is shown here. Flash, you can see everything. It has a lot of built-in classes and functions, so you don't need to remember any type of code while building a website with the help of Bootstrap. So these are radio buttons, looking beautiful. Variables and source models, you can see this section, live demo, etc. Bootstrap has a lot of components. I don't gonna go through every component clearly, so just have a look on these components. Navbar. In navbar, this is navbar. This is usable nowadays. This is nothing but just the first navbar line. This can be the logo. Mostly this is the logo, and these are the navbars, drop down navbar, and this is totally disabled. And here we can type any type of search, and here click on search, we can have any search. This is reloaded because inside this link the page was reloaded by Bootstrap. So let me show you more. This is image. This is basically the logo of any company. Like if we talk about University of Engineering and Technology Lahore, you can see here that this is logo, and these are navbars. This is search. Here You can see these are all drop downs. You can see this is drop down, and this is only search bar. This is search bar along with the icon or logo of any company or any institution. Here there are three navbars, depending up to you what to use. Scrolling, here is navbar scroll. Responsive behavior, hidden brand, etc. Everything. So go through it by yourself. I don't gonna waste a lot of your precious time. So navbars and tabs I have shown you. Navbar, and this is nothing but just links along with navbars. You can see off canvas, etc. Off canvas paginations. This is off canvas. So this is a lot of components. Paginations, this is also useful in any website. This is just you might be thinking that where to use this type of icons, like if we search on Google anything like you can say like pets. If you want to buy a bat, you have some websites, and after these websites you have Google is scrolling down. Here it is showing more results, but Google can also write here scrolling down. Google is showing here more results, and instead of more results it can have some like it can have some paginations here, that first page, second page, third page of the Google, that this is first page, and if we click on second page, a second page would come. Instead of more results would be shown in the second page, and further more results would be shown in the third page, and so on. So now I hope you are came to know that where to use paginations. You can see all the paginations by yourself. Placeholders, this is nothing but just placeholders. Placeholders in our well manner now. Sizing animation, these are animated automatically. Pop overs, sometimes you need any pop over. So you can see everything by yourself. Progress, in sometimes we need some progress, that if we are talking about our CV, so we tell about our skills. We can say that graphic designing, and here graphic designing is this one, and this is okay. You can say web development, web designing, full stack, or anything else. I will show you bar sizing, that we can change the bar sizing as well. This is 70, means that 70 of the total of this progress bar, and this is the, I think this is 25. Yes, this is 25 with, you can see here. So this is label 25%. If we want to write labels on this progress bar, you can use it. This, you know, this is looking much beautiful, and this is animated strip. Scroll spy, you can see this is nothing but just navbar. And what is scroll by? Scrolls by is just this point, that in any section we need some scrolls by, we will simply copy it and paste in our website. We will change the content. Scrolls by, you can see here that inside this scrolls, first we would have this link, and in this second we would have this link, and in drop down we have further links, fourth, fifth, etc. This is fourth and this is fifth. Let me show you how it is working. This is first class navbar scrolls by hash scrolls by heading 1. Let me show you where is heading 1 href. This one id is scrolls by heading 1, and this is pointing here in this button where it went. This is, you can say that it is nothing but just a href of that link, and this is the id of the h1 tag, which is first heading. And these are, you know, this is also looking beautiful, that in any website, if we click on buttons, we would simply move to that section. This is also updated design, and this design, spinners, you know, spinners, this is spinning in website. These are just looking like anything is loading in the website. You can see these are spinners. You can use any spinner depending up to you. So all of these are spinners that loading something. Food, size, buttons, toast. So toast, you know, this is toast. Show live toast. Sometimes you need to show any, you know, sometimes you want to show any live thing. You will simply move like in Teams or anything else like news. So this is a huge lot of component. Tool tips. So help us, positions, track, stage. So ignore these things for the time being, and here in layout we have available breakpoints, that this is extra large device, mean if we have more length than our laptop devices, this this point is showing more length for our laptop devices. This is basically 1200 pixel is length of laptop, and this is we can say that this is smaller than our laptop devices but greater than our cell phone devices. uh, I mean this can be for mini pad, iPads, etc. And the pixel of 768 is our cell phone devices, and these are not basically used because we have minimum size only for our cell phone devices. So next, with ignore all the things for the time being. I will show you everything in the later part of course. Containers. What is containers? This is just pointing that we have seen in our breakpoints. This is nothing else. So grading system, this is very important thing and plays a crucial role in any website development. Grading system, I will make a complete video on this grading system. For the time being, just ignore it. Columns and basically in layout section I will explain everything with the help of example, content and images, forms. Let me show you directly the components first. Forms, what components we can have. If we want such a component in our website development, we would simply copy it and paste in our any text editor like Notepad or VS Code. This is basically the form which is built in, and the code of this form is shown here. Just opening tag of form and closing tag of form, and everything is inside this form. So this code is only for this type of form. And let me show you disabled form. Ignore it right now. So accessibility, CSS, control forms. What are control forms? That if we need such a form, we would simply copy and paste this code in our any text editor. I will also create a website with the help of Bootstrap without using any CSS. So this is an easy way for creating a website, and every one of you can develop a website after learning this course. Sizing, this is nothing but just a sizing of select. You know, we have multiple selects in our unordered list or order list option. Sizing, if we want to use these two sizes, then we will simply copy this HTML code and paste it in our text editor. So if we need such a multiple attribute, we will use it to select. It will show everything at the screen like this. It will not make a drop down menu. So if we have an overload of this list, the specified space, then it will be shown in hidden. It will be in drop down menu like this. This is basically disabled. Checks and radios. Without wasting any time, let's start our website development, and I will teach you everything slowly and also show you by making a practical. Just open file. If you don't have file, I think I don't have, I will open simply a folder which is created. If you don't want any existing folder, you can also create a new folder, Control Shift N, and make here like we want a website, any website, school. We will simply open it, and here we will simply write the landing page index.html. The very first thing you have to do with this code is just move on the get starting introduction, and in this introduction you would have to copy. If you want to use Bootstrap's CSS and JS as well, Bootstrap has a lot of built-in JS, and if you want to use only HTML of the Bootstrap, you will simply copy this code and paste it in the VS Code. I am using VS Code. So include Bootstrap's CSS and JS. I will simply copy it, and here I will paste it, Control V, and save it, Control S. Just right click and open with live server. This is just loading in our web. You can see that hello world is showing because here the hello world is written at the time. But this is not responsiveness. Why? Because for the responsiveness we have the grading system, which plays a crucial role in our website development. So let me explain about the grading system. I will just open the Paint to explain with the help of example. Suppose this white page is just our website, and if we want to use a Bootstrap, what step is basically the first? In our first step, we would have a row, just ignore it, Control Y. I will explain you the grading system of the Bootstrap with the help of example. If we want to point out only this point of the website, this is basically the row but nothing more. We have in our Bootstrap, first of all we have a row, and in this row we have 12 equal columns. Let's say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, this is not writing in a good way. Let me explain you. Let's say we have this row. In Bootstrap, first of all, we would have a row, and in this row we would have 12 columns. Let's say this is column 1, column 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Let's say these are equally divided columns: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11, 12. Let's say just counting: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's say these are 12 columns. In any row we have 12 columns in Bootstrap, and if we want to point out this space, we would have further a row, and inside this row we have 12 columns as well. In every row we would have 12 columns in Bootstrap: 1, 2, 2 and so on. These are total, let's say these are total 12 columns. I don't gonna write now 12 columns. You should always keep in mind that in Bootstrap you would have first a row, and inside this row you would have 12 columns, and in every 12 column in 12 columns you can point any column, and further if you want to point any column space, you would have further a row inside that column, and you would have no 12 columns of this space. By such way you can point out any of the columns space. So let me explain here. Just erase it. This is just for the responsiveness of the website. Let's say I am saying that class is equal to row. First of all, we would have a class of row, and second we would have inside this row we would have 12 columns. CLASS class is equal to column. Let's say I am writing column 4. I have told you that inside this row we would have 12 columns for pointing all the space in this div. So let me just copy it, Control C, Control V and Control V. Now you can say that this one is 4 and 4, 8 and 4, 12. Now these are 12 columns, and the first column is pointing out to the first one 4 by 12 section, and the second column is pointing out the midpoint of the 4 by 12 column size, and the third column number 4 div number 4. In this div we would have a class of column 3, column 4. This column 4 is pointing the last remaining space of the 4 by 12 column space. So let me show you that what is happening here and what space is occupied. I would simply style it, style border 1px as solid black, just to show you that what space is occupied by that column. I will save it and move it in our. You can see that this is total 4 columns, and you can say that remaining 4 columns are till this point, and the remaining 4 columns are at this point. There are total 12 columns at this single div of row. Let's say I'm also styling it that you would understand it clearly. Border 1px solid solid black. I will save it and move on over. You can say that I have also make a border here in the first 4 columns, and in the last 4 columns I have made a border, and in the midpoint of this div I don't have any column. uh, I don't have any border in this column. I don't have any border. This is just pointing that col4 means column 4. If I say here column 1, column 1 and column 1, you will see that 1 column, 2 column, 3 column, and the remaining columns are still 9. So the remaining space of 9 columns would be empty in this case. Control S, and you will see that first column is pointing the row, the space of this row at this section. This is only the first section, and this is the section. Let me make any content inside these columns. Let we have h1 tag, engineer Bilal, and here engineer. You can write any name. Don't follow me. And in this I'm writing doctor. I'm just showing you that what space is basically occupied by these columns. As I have all told you that first of all we would have a row, and inside this row we would have 12 columns. Let's say I'm writing 12 columns. Controllers. I'm just showing these 3 columns, and there are remaining 9 columns in this row. So you will see that the first column would occupy the space for engineer Bilal, and the second column would only write engineer, and the third column would write only doctor, and there are still remaining 9 columns, and which would be empty because I have told you that there are total 12 columns inside a row. So let me show you. You can see that I made here a border and here also a border in the third div clause, and in the mid I don't have any border, that's why it is not showing any border here. You can see that this is inline CSS, and I have made border of 1px solid black, and here I have also made a border of 1px solid black, and here inside this column I don't have any style or any border, that's why it is not showing any border. So now let me occupy all the space of this row in just 4 columns, in just 3 divs, and every div is of 4 columns. Now you will see that all the 12 columns are occupied of this row. Now you have seen that the first 4 columns are till this point, and the midpoint of these 4 columns is here, and the last 4 columns have just from this space to this space. So this is the basically grading system of any type of website, and this is very important for making any website responsiveness, as I have shown you. I have given you example that this is UET website, University of Engineering and Technology, and I have shown you here that you can see that here. Let me show you. This is iPhone. That the grading system of this website would look like these columns in the iPhone device, and in laptop devices I will show you. This is how the website would look like in laptop devices, and this is nothing but just the grouping of grading system. Let me show you. I have also told you that breakpoint is very important in our website development. Now, what is breakpoint? Breakpoint, I have already shown you that for 1200 pixel device, which is pointing out to our laptop device, and large device is nothing but smaller than our laptop devices but greater than our cell phone devices. You can say this is uh, iPad, and here you can say that 768 pixel. This is nothing but just a mobile phone device, and for the mobile to point out mobile phone devices we write only MD. This is class in fix. Okay, this is dimension that showing that how would the length of this any device like cell phone devices would have width of 768 pixel, and our laptop devices would have width of 1200 pixel, and our pad device have width of 992 pixel. And for these pixels of devices there are built-in classes. You can see that for small device we would have SM, and for medium device, which is also known as cell phone device, we would have for medium device MD. For large device, which is iPad, we would write LG, and for extra large device, which is our laptop devices, we will simply write XL. And if we have any device greater than our laptop, like we have LEDs for these type of screens, we would have XXL. So let me show you that how the grading system is grouped by the Bootstrap. Here we would make any change because I have written that column of any device would occupy column div of every device would occupy 4 columns. It doesn't matter it is our laptop device or our cell phone device or any other device like iPad or LED. So I would have to make changes in such points because this is showing that in every device these 4 columns would be occupied of this row. So the website, as I have shown you with the help of example, that let's say we have a div. Let's say we have this div of programs, and I have shown you that this is drop down list. Like this is basically we have, first of all we have a row from this point to this point, and inside this row we would have here an empty space, and as well as here empty space, and inside these empty spaces we would have, there are basically 3 components using here. First of all we would have a column here, column of MD, medium device. Here LG is I have made this that how the website grading system would look like in our iPad devices. So Control S. Let me show you the iPad devices mode. iPad. This is iPad. That we have 4 columns, first and second 4 columns and third 4 columns. We don't have mentioned any for any other device. That's why it is also occupying by itself as its default. So if I point here column MD medium device, which is 3, no, it will occupy for large device 4 columns and medium device 3 columns. If we would have any medium device, it would occupy only 3 columns, and if we would have any large device or like iPad mode, it would occupy 4 columns. And I would just you can write here column MD remaining are 9, because 9 plus 3 is 12 and remaining columns are 9. We would have to write here 4, or you can make any grading system depending on your design of website. Column MD medium device 5. No, you can say that 3 plus 4 7 and 7 plus 5 is 9. No, I am saying here that for large device means for laptop device, for iPad device, we would have 4 columns of this div and 4 columns of this div as well as 4 columns of this div in case of large device, which is iPad. And now here I have written that column MD means medium device will occupy 3. This div would occupy only 3 columns in case of medium device, and this div would occupy 4 columns in case of medium device, and this div would occupy 5 columns of any medium device.